Hello guys, welcome back to Writer's Tales, and this is the 10th installment of the 50 Situation 9 We Have Blood Soldiers. So this is pretty an interesting one to go on actually, because Blood Soldiers, it's very... it's one of those early concepts I sort of worked on for a bit, like stuff like Force in Nebula and In the Fires of Spring, just very type of style really, that I really enjoyed. I really thought, you know, this is one of the big hitters really. It is actually, to my knowledge, along with a few others really. But this is another one, so I was quite pleased actually. So how it goes is, the military decide to go into the jungles, of course, I think it's in the Amazon really, and to rescue a few hostages from a few guerrilla fighters. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It sounds like Predator. It sort of is really, but a bit of a twist. So they go in. So the military decide to bring platoons just to find hostages and also find the threat as well within the jungle as well. You have a captain who is basically come in, of course, and who is quite well known. He's done the sort of leadership thing for years, of course. Leading troops into leading a platoon into battle and stuff like that. You know, sometimes, you know, and of course 50-50. You know, if they lose, if they win, of course, if they lose lives, that sort of thing. And he knows the general, of course, and the lieutenant as well. And but he gets relegated to a mixture of people involving color, you know, people of color, who are female as well, you know, and he's basically, and all the rest are just like harder and muscle men, of course. And so they go into the jungle, of course, with this platoon, and obviously carry on through the jungles, of course. And by this point, of course, something is not right. You expect some of the guerrilla fighters have been killed, mortally stabbed, and also been horrifically mutilated, of course, by blunt instruments. And actually, it's the work of a tribe of cannibals that are in the jungle, a cannibal tribe. So it's very much going like for the cannibal Holocaust. What's that Eli Roth film? Balls of Green something. I forgot what it's called now. So very much in that similar thing. So and it's also set in jungle as well, involving like people, sort of like a platoon. So it's very reminiscent of the Vietnam War. So it's like Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket meets Cannibal Holocaust in a way. And as they realise what's going on, they get attacked. They get swarmed by the tribes, of course, and basically just to survive in the jungle and just not be eaten alive and be killed, really, that sort of thing. But also has to contend with the general lieutenant, who, in actual fact, had caused a bit of a ruckus beforehand with some of the tribes, and also killing a few of the tribes women, or whatever, like, you know, the local tribesmen, of course, you know, the sort of ones that stay behind and manage their homes. They actually destroyed their home. They actually destroyed the homes, really. You know, sort of kill the locals. Just being barbarians, and it's been awful people, really awful people, really. While they were just searching for, you know, scrambling for the jungle, and, you know, just facing insects and stuff like that, and also just doing everything else. It felt, you know, also it comes to a point, of course, where the general and the lieutenant and the captain have to face, well, the captain has to face against the lieutenant and the general, of course, because of like serious beef. There has been sort of like some bad blood, tiny bit of bad blood between them for many years, of course. But I think at this point it's really just like gone like that. Like it's really the shit has hit the fan, really. And this leads to like a very climax in the jungle, of course, between them two. I mean, them three actually, to be honest. So it's like, you know, all comrades decide to kill each other, really. And it's like, yeah, that's how it really feels, really. And also you got the other members of the platoon just trying to survive, not be killed, really, that sort of thing. So it's their fault, really, the general and lieutenant, just to really, you know, like how this tribe's things just gone out of hand, really, in the jungles. You know, if they see soldiers armed with weapons and stuff like that, they just instantly attack. They do, but no peace or anything like that. You know, it's just like, you know, they know soldiers have destroyed their homes, killed their families, and everything else, and it's just like, you know, it's just bloodthirsty vengeance now. So there we go. So that's one. That's another interesting story to go on from. You know, I remember sorting that out and thinking, that'd be a really good idea. Pretty good. One other thing to mention is, I don't really do this with stories, of course, but there was meant to be a intended sequel to this as well, called Sand Soldiers. Set in the desert, of course, involving the same captain, of course, but also a few different people as well. Just out in the desert in the Middle East somewhere. And just, I think just like I said, well, something like that really, sort of came about really. But I never went through it because I think, I can't really see myself doing a sequel to that sort of story. But I'll bring it up anyway. So that is sort of interesting. So a sequel called Sand Soldiers was considered, but not included, unfortunately. It was never, it never made past a simple like the original idea of it. Like, I have an idea, I can try and do this, but afterwards, I just sort of gave up on it. But Blood Soldiers is probably one of the highlights of the 50 Situations line to me, really. There's quite a lot. There's some filler as well coming along as well, in terms of, depends on the story really. But there are some cracking stories as well, which will be interesting to cover. And thank you guys for watching as always. See you for the next video, as always. So that's Rise Tales, Blood Soldiers. Alright, thank you guys. See ya.